Okay. I don't know whether we should just give some maybe 2 more minutes to
So maybe
see.
we should maybe we should wait for others.
That's what I'm saying.
Since,
2 more minutes,
yeah.
and there's 5 minutes to see if others can start coming.
Okay, ma.
In 2 more minutes, you don't run away. Oh.
Okay, okay.
Have you taken this course before?
No, man. This is my first time.
Okay. And have you found time to visit what I post? Though I posted them lately yesterday.
Okay. I only saw the meeting on my email this morning.
Okay. I uploaded my slide for today's facilitation. And though I know there may be no time, okay, let me admit others. There may be no time for me to really go over the slides like again. I promise you, I had so many things in my mind, so I forgot to post even the link to the video. I should have of the first talk. I should have posted it, but I remembered it lately yesterday, so I felt there may be no time even to watch the video. Let me just share the slides. You go through the slides,
Yes.
and then I took the class activity and posted on the forum, expecting that once you go through the slide, you should just be able to attempt contributing on the forum.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we discuss now. Welcome on board, Amoebi and last Emmanuel.
Okay, man.
Yeah, good morning, ma.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, ma. Thank you, ma.
Good morning.
Thank you, ma. Good morning.
Good morning. So this morning, were you able to go through the page? Because I posted a slide there. My PPT for today's talk is up. I'm sorry I did it late. I was just still apologizing to Ali. This I'm talking to Amoebi and Emmanuel. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am. I'm with you, ma'am.
Okay, it seems Ifunanya and Emmanuel are no longer hearing me.
Ah.
I'm with you, ma.
I asked a question. The question was for two of you. Have you been able to run through the slides and then
So
see?
sorry, ma.
You say?
So I only received a mail. So I checked the mail. It's only mail linked to
Yes. Do you find
the
time to go to the course page?
Yes, yes, ma. But sincerely speaking, the course is somehow confusing to me. It's been so hard for me to comprehend.
But did you see the slide that I posted on the course page?
No.
no, ma.
Well, you see, like I sent this mail, I think early hours of this morning. I think it was past 12 or thereabout for one. I forgot.
Yeah, it's one
Yes, I
30,
forgot to
1:32.
send the mail because of busy schedules. And then, but I did posted stuff on the course page. So you need to always go to the course page. Is your course page. So always go to course page.
All right, ma.
Information there and
All right,
then
ma.
check the forum. Check the chats and the forum for any task or assignment. Like now, I think Ali was asking me, was it Ali was asking me on mail what topic are we considering today? Whereas I have put up the topic on the course page for today. I've even put up my course plan for the entire 8 topics I'm considering throughout the facilitations. On the course plan, I've even highlighted the pages on the course material. I'm sure you all also know that you are using CIT 445 course material because your school, they are on the review or editing process of the course material for this course. So it's still carrying the previous course code that we used to have before. That's CIT 445 used to be this course. Have you seen also the notice that I put up there?
No, ma, I haven't
We are
seen.
trying to check one.
On the course page. You see, assuming you checked earlier, you help me and the discussion will flow. So please, always, whether I have anything there or not, go to your course page. You go through. Like I put up topic 1. I have put up that we are considering formal languages and formal grammar today. So I expected you to go through the slides, but since you did not go through the slide, we can just discuss it together.
Sorry, ma, are you talking about the course plan?
The course plan is there. Have you seen the course plan?
Yeah, I've seen the course plan.
Go down, you are going to see a PPT file.
All right.
Which has the topic for today, formal language and formal grammar.
The last page.
No, have you seen topic 1?
Yeah, I've seen topic 1.
Yes, click on it, and then you'll be able to view the slide.
It's not clickable.
Topic 1 is not clickable. Go down to where I've uploaded this.
Sorry, let me.
I wouldn't know how the page will look on my end as the facilitator. So
The one I saw here is PDF.
Yes, that's what I saw here. It's
Plan.
PDF.
there is PDF, there is also slide.
All right, maybe we'll check.
Let me just be sure. Go down under course activities. You see week 1, formal language and formal grammar. If you click on that link, it will download you the slide.
It's on table form.
No, it's not on a table form. That one is the course plan. Course, that's under course plan. If you go down below the online,
Yes.
have you seen it? it's just that I don't know how the page will appear on your end. But if you go down to course activities,
Course instruction.
under course activities, I have put up a short information that
Okay, I just saw one now.
where I put up that the
I
course
saw one now.
material for this course is
Then,
that of CIT 445. Under the chat.
Week 1.
week one
Yes.
formal language.
Kekena.
Yeah, I've downloaded it. Yes.
That will
seen
give
it.
you the slide. I expected you to have gone through the slide before now, so that as we interact, you know, it's not supposed to be a teaching process, it's facilitation. So what you do, and even in that your course page, you also see where I have forum chat 1.
Yes.
Forum chat 1, I brought out the class activity, which is a question. And I expect you to interact with me and let me see how you understand the concept. I've talked about concatenation on the slide. My brief explanation is what I want to see whether you understand. What will be the resulting string if you concatenate two sets of strings, BAB and ABA? I expected you to have gone through now before now. It doesn't take you anything. If you go through my slide, then you go through this forum chat, you should be able to add your own discussion or anything that is your view. And I'll be able to know whether you're following from the slide. I'm sorry I didn't, like I said, I was supposed to have posted the link to the video where I discuss everything on that slide. So please, let's make the class interactive. So that way I will be able to understand whether you're following me or what else I need to do for you to understand the concept I'm putting up. And on that slide, I started by pointing out to you what you need to know after today. You should be able to describe to someone what formal language means. You should be able to describe what formal grammar is. And you should be able to describe the different types of grammar. And that's what are you on the slides now?
Yes, ma'am.
So by my brief introduction, I started by telling you about a programming language. You've heard of programming languages before now, and that
Yes.
Yes.
in a programming language, you notice that it consists of relations and strings. And these relations and strings are actually collection of objects from various domains. And this can be represented in many ways. Mathematically, we've heard of set theorem and different ways of representing a set, because when we say something is a set, what do we mean? For example, if we say a set of decimal numbers, a set of decimal numbers could contain 0 digits ranging from 0 to 9. Of course, you know that after that 9, you'll be having combinations of these other people that are, you'll be having combinations of these other numbers you have already seen. So if you look at something as a set, you can represent it by listing every element of that set. Maybe you say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a curly bracket. That way, you know that everything in there is a set. You can also represent a set by bringing out a symbol, for instance, a D, and then you demonstrate that D is equals to a set of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You can also use a variable to represent whatsoever is an element of that set, like X. You can also see that a set can be infinite or finite. That means it continues till infinity or it stops after a certain number of elements. And so when you are able to represent whatsoever you're doing in any language in that format, we say that that language is a formal language. And so we made mention about relations, and we also made mention of strings. Those two keywords I mentioned in that introductory definition of formal language. We know relation is a basic concept in mathematics, which we use in representing everyday life. Relations can be used to compare objects, one object to another. So we can have binary relations. We do have relation matrix as a way of representing. We have directed graphs. We can have partitions as various ways of representing relations. A relation grammatically is a rule of a certain grammar. So coming the other way around, we talk about a string. Over an alphabet to be a letter or sequence of letters derived from that sequence of alphabet or from that alphabet. So a string operation include the associative operation and the concatenation operation. Of course, when we talk about associative, it's a closure. That means it involves this and that and all of them put together. Concatenation is another operation in which if you have one set of string, you have another string, you can concatenate two strings to have one string, one compound string. Like your name, your father's name, concatenated to form your own name. You are identified by your name and probably your father's name. Your given name and your surname make up your name. So everything put together, though we use for readability's sake, we differentiate by putting a space. But when we are doing concatenation, we don't need to put a space. So we just have that two sets of strings put together will have a compound string. Like given in that example, if you have a string A and you have another string B, concatenating the two strings, two sets of strings will give us AB. It is at that point I now put up the activity in the chat, which I ask you, consider the concatenation of two sets of strings, BAB and ABA. Can you now go and respond to that forum? You are not supposed to do that now. You are supposed to interact and then tell me what you saw that you didn't understand. So you can do that now and before we end, and then you'll be able to come back and tell me one or two things about your observation. Whereas formal grammar on the other side is a formal method that is used to describe a textual language. That's the relationship between the two of them, grammar and language. You use a method to describe a language. That method is what we call formal grammar. Whereas the language in which you are describing using that formal method is the formal language. A formal grammar is otherwise said to be a finite description of a possibly infinite set of acceptable sentences. When we say possibly infinite, it could be finite, it could be infinite. All right. Formally stated, a grammar can be denoted by a symbol G. And we say that it is a set that contains 4 parameters. The first of the parameter is the set of terminal symbols, which we call VT. A set of non-terminal symbols, which we call VN. And a starting symbol, and then a set of production rules, which we call R. S is the starting symbol. And so if you represent your grammar with this set of parameters, we say that you have formally defined your grammar. Formal grammar contains well-formed formula, as you have seen. A school of thought named Noam Chomsky gave 4 types of grammar, which he classified as being type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3, according to some books. And each of these types have names. So the type 0 is otherwise referred to as unrestricted grammar, context-sensitive grammar, context-free grammar, regular grammar. And the differences are clearly stated here. The unrestricted grammar, as the name implies, have no restriction. It has no restriction at all. And then the type 1, which is the context-sensitive grammar, has it that alpha implies beta, where the length of alpha is less than or equals to the length of beta. So what is by the right-hand side is more in terms of length than what is to the left-hand side. And then the constraint for the context-free grammars assumes what context-sensitive grammar gave, but had an extra constraint and say that it doesn't just end when the length of alpha is less than or equals to beta. It must also include that alpha is an element in a set of non-terminal symbols. That means what we have to the left-hand side must be a non-terminal symbol. Must be a non-terminal symbol. How do you know what a non-terminal symbol is and a terminal symbol? A non-terminal symbol is always denoted by capital letters. So a terminal symbol is denoted by small letters. So that's how you can clearly identify what is a terminal symbol and what is a non-terminal symbol. So if you have a capital letter to the left-hand side where alpha is, then you know that that grammar automatically is a context-free grammar. But if you have a small letter to the left-hand side, you know, oh, this does not support the constraint for context-free grammar, so it can either be a context-sensitive. So we have the type 3 grammar, which is the regular grammar with another constraint, another additional constraint. It assumes everything context-free grammar had, but has an extra constraint, which is that if alpha is an element in a set of non-terminal symbol, beta must have the form of AB or A. Is either going to be terminal, non-terminal, followed by non-terminal or terminal. So you can either have capital A implies small a, that is valid. Or you can have capital A, small a, and capital B, that's valid. You can have, if you have something contrary, then it's no longer a regular grammar. That's the way it goes. Sorry, I don't know, these people have started again. We started this meeting by 10 o'clock and it's supposed to be 1 hour. And I've gotten a notification now that the meeting will end in 10 minutes. I will need to address this again. Last semester, I addressed this with the technical and it was restored. I don't know why it is happening again this time around. So please, I want you to bear with me and go through the forum for today's class because there's nothing I can do. Once this system shuts, your school controls the Zoom meeting by way of what we set. I have set 1 hour, but the thing did not take in the 1 hour in my settings. So I will have to report this again to them. So please, let's see what you have as your concern.
Okay, man.
So the floor is open for you to say what you have and what your challenge is concerning the topic or what I've just said. I wasn't supposed to come and say a lot of things that as I've said this morning, assuming we all visited our pages. So please do well to visit the pages and always check through in case of any forum discussion or forum chat to respond. Okay. Wahab, Onayemi.
No, we are with you, Mom.
Okay, you said you don't know where it is posted or how you can how you can access the slide. You can't still know up till now. Onayemi Wahab, I'm talking to you. Is there anybody that have still not seen the slide? Is there anybody that is yet to see the slide? People are leaving me, they are not talking to me.
I've seen mine, ma.
Okay, the person that commented in the chat is not answering me. Because I know it's not everybody that cannot see. Please respond to the forum chat for today's class. I'll still post the video, and for next week facilitation, I'll do well to post earlier. I'm sorry, I was busy with our school examinations. It was hectic. So that's why I forgot to do the needful earlier. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
I think if anybody has anything to say, should do this now. You can unmute
All right.
yourself. Unmute yourself and say what you
Oh,
want to
morning,
say.
one. Thank you for, yeah, I want to say something. My point is, are we going to be having the lecture every Thursday?
Yes, I think, except you are not okay with that time, but if you are okay with that time, 10 to 11 is our time. We'll rectify what makes
I
the
see.
stuff to stop. Yes.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
That's the time I've chosen. That's the time I've chosen. And then your school need to know you shouldn't just wake up and say we have done facilitation. Everybody must have had their time slot. So that's the time I've given.
All right.
Is it okay by all?
Oh, okay, ma.
The reason
At the
is
beginning, you made
because if
me.
I leave it till
Sorry, ma.
evening, oftentimes I used to experience network challenges.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, ma. Can you hear
Okay,
me, ma?
I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah, at the beginning, you made mention of the PDF. We are not going to you are not using the one in our portal. You're using CIT 445.
Do you have a current one in your portal?
Yes, we have 316.
Please, if you have
we
316,
have that one.
if you have 316, use it. I've not even seen it. I checked for it, I didn't see, so I felt they've not uploaded. I
It's
checked
okay,
through
okay.
I
That's
checked
why I'm
through the
asking.
courseway. If you have the course material for CIT 316, please download that. I'll look for it and get it.
All right, ma'am.
Because
Okay.
I knew they were in the process of reviewing it and changing the course title, because I've complained that in our meetings severally. So, but yesterday night, I checked through it. I didn't see the 316 in the list under the e-courseway. So I now felt it's not yet ready. But if they have put it on the platform, please, maybe you give me the link. Can anyone drop the link on the chat?
I'm not sure there is link, and even I tried to check it on eCourse where it's not there. So I have to go to the portal. So it's from the portal that they drop it. So you guys download it from there.
Okay, I'm not a student. I'm not in the portal. I didn't get that. So please let me have it. Or maybe on that portal you should have this link. No?
Let
But
me check.
I think, hello.
If it's on the portal, then there should be a link.
Hello. I think I downloaded my from normal from the search engine. I mean on the Google PDF.
Even I speak now, you were about saying something.
I'm about to send the link. Once you
Okay.
type Set416 online, you will see
No, you
it.
can
So
drop the link. You can copy it and drop on
I'll
the
drop
chat.
the link in the chat box.
On the chat here. Okay,
Yes,
someone has dropped.
I'll drop it.
Yeah. So that's okay. So maybe I'll use it and then check if there is a variation in pages, and I'll amend it in the course plan and put it up again. Okay.
Okay. So when are we expecting the new updated course plan?
Today is what, Thursday? Before Monday, you will have it.
Okay,
Okay.
Before Monday, you have it, and you have the new things that we are going to
okay.
for the next week.
All right, ma.
Thank you, ma.
All right. So for today, you should call it